Hi, folks. I was a little hesitant to go do this, um, but some of y'all might know I have a little sight problem, so saws are not my friend. But I got my list, um, and I had mostly girls. Only had one boy. I had Aiden, and that boy was a workhorse. He, the whole week, he never took a break unless I told him to go do it. And I couldn't have done it without him. But all the girls did great. A couple of them were 14-year-olds, so they were a little hesitant. They backed up when they saw the chop saw for the first time. But they got right in there, and we built a really big ramp, and it turned out excellent. And Billy and Jordan had encouraged us to associate a lot with the people, our clients, and my crew, they made sack lunches for them, and they came out under the trees every day and ate with us and did our devotional. And as we was doing the devotional, I noticed that, you know how it is with kids. Sometimes they want to do it, but they're not quite ready to step out there. And I could see it in one of their eyes. I'd ask them every day, hey, does anybody want to read the devotional? Nobody really wanted to. And, same with the prayer. But they did help me with some of the big words, so it worked out. But on the last day, I could really tell one of my girls really wanted to pray. I said, now, does anybody, like to do the prayer? She smiled real big and she said the prayer. And she talked about some of the stuff we talked about. We kind of strayed a little bit from the devotional. And we talked about, on Wednesday, we talked a lot about the Trinity and what the Holy Spirit was and how that was God working through us. And she brought that up in her prayer, and that was really neat. And I really felt fortunate to see that. After lunch is our last day. I was really down to 2 kids. We had ACT tests and family vacations, so we were kind of dwindling. But I looked over, and Mr. Norton, our client, he was emotional. And I went over there, and I said, are you okay, Mr. Norton? And he says, yeah, it's just tough because, I can walk now, but I know what this ramp is for. And I'm like, I said, it's going to be okay. And then the Holy Spirit spoke to me, and he said, back up, dummy. And that little girl came, and she held his hand. And she talked about just everything perfect. And we talked about how the Holy Spirit was going to use them, and they would see it and they would know it. But I got to see it through her. She talked about her grandmother, Alzheimer's, how she did know much about Parkinson's. But she told him it was going to be okay, that his wife took great care of him, and that God had sent us. And this 14-year-old girl told him that God was going to send other people just to keep his eyes open, and it was going to be okay. And that's just incredible. And I have to say, we all should have that kind of faith. She was 14, but there's no age to get a learner's permit with our faith. She reminded me of that. Also reminded me that there's no retirement age with our faith. So I'd encourage you, if you know anybody that could use our church, because we got a beautiful church, and especially youth, because the WITs have it's an amazing program. I mean, and we need to take advantage of it because they're doing fantastic. And if you have a child, a grandchild, a kid on your street, invite them, because as we see in the news, they're faced with a lot of stuff, and they need God, and they need a church family. But We had a great time, and I learned a lot from it. Thank you.